Welcome back to Your Views on the News, where we're discussing the attacks on Somalis, both in South Africa and here in London. And we've got another caller. Abdi Aziz, can you hear us?
Yeah, hello there.
Hi. So tell us what you're thinking about these matters then.
Basically, the way I see it is the Somali people are targeted, and mainly targeted, in not just in South Africa, in Kenya and other regions as well, but it's worse in South Africa is because the lack of the Somali government, and they are mainly targeted for that, and they are killed when they're killed or robbed or whatever. There's no media, known about it. There's no outrage. There's no politically. There's no demonstrations. So they just keep doing it, And in South Africa, when they were getting abused and killed by the apartheid, the Somali government, when we had the Somali government, was supporting them. We supported the ANC, and we supported our fellow African brothers. But now they are killing our own people. And the main reason they're killing them because they're Somali, no other reason, And I think more needs to be done with the Somali community that lives in the UK. There's around 100,000 Somalis that live in the UK. They need to come together. They need to demonstrate outside the South Africa embassy and make this aware that this cannot keep going on. That the Somali people cannot be killed for no reason at all. End of the day, we're a human people. We have to stand up for our rights and for our people. So at least if 5,000, 10,000 people do a demonstration outside the embassy, there will be, at least media will cover, and then the South African government will see they have fellow brothers and sisters that they have backings or whatever, and they will, when something happens to a Somali person, they will try and investigate it because they know there's going to be some sort of consequences.
Okay, well, thanks very much for that. Let's move straight on to our next caller, who's Guled from London. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Go ahead. What's your views on the news?
Hello there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, first of all, I want to say to you hello, you and hello.
Hello, go on. We can hear you.
Yeah. I just want to, if I just add my the topic because of what they're doing to the South African people, to Somali community, is basically it's not one place. This is happening around the world, but particularly if I come back to the issue of Somalia, I think it's as the gentleman said before, it's a lack of our government not pushing what you call the South African government, and also our people are divided so many groups. We don't have a unity. The gentleman was talking about there's so many Somalians living in this country, but I can't see one Somali. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm so shocked, I was born in Mogadishu, and I grew up in Mogadishu, and I was raised with Somali taxpayers. When I see these pictures the other day, I was so shocked, and I didn't know what to say. And we need to stand up, all of us, and show the world tomorrow what we can, that we can't take this. This cannot be done to Somali people.
Thank you.
And we have to, I don't know, I'm just at the moment, my tears come in my eyes. I don't know what to say.
Oh.
I can't watch these things, All of us, we got feeling. We have to show our women, children, everybody has to come out and support us to show the world this Somali blood is not cheap.
Absolutely.
Somali blood is not cheap. We can't take this.
Okay, well, thanks very much for your call. And we've got another caller on the line, Hibat from Sheffield. Can you hear us?
Hello, good evening.
Hi. What's your views on these matters?
Quite honestly, it's despicable. I mean, you don't have to be of a Somali background for you to find the barbaric acts that have taken place in South Africa, disgusting. The way I see it is the Somali community, we're generally, the way I see it is we're very weak. Our community is really weak, not just in the UK, but all over the world. I feel as if though, for that reason, we're seen as a weak target in the UK, in South Africa, wherever we are. I feel as if the Somalis are being targeted unfairly. And I think this is the reason behind this because, we're generally seen as a weak community. We always try stay under the radar. It's not the first time we've seen such acts taking place in South Africa. We need to be making more diplomatic noises, not just in the UK, but everywhere where Somalis are, to show that we are against these actions. And the South African government needs to be held accountable for this, and whoever has taken part in these kind of activities also needs to be held accountable for it. And I think we need to strengthen our voice as a Somali community, and we need to, like I said, make diplomatic noises to show the world, not just South Africa, to show the world that we are a strong community and we are against these actions.
Okay, well, let's bring this discussion back to our guests. Abu, do you think that's right? Do you think that Somalis are perhaps being victimised because they aren't strong enough as a community? Politically, they haven't got a strong enough political profile?
I do agree with Hibak and a lot of things she said. But having said that, I think this incident now has motivated so many Somalis. We are talking about now Somali Human Rights Watch being set up here in London, never again. The element of weakness is there, lack of flow-ups, there's no big, massive organizations who are going to see them, who've got resources and tools and manpower to challenge such a, governments like South Africa. But one good thing will come out from this. Every corner, wherever the Somalis might be, have been tested and their bodies have been shaken. And I think when this happens as a Somali, I know when this happens, definitely it could be the unity of Somali. It could be the Somali Spring is coming up. So our hearts and prayers goes for those families. But the Somalis there, I will say, if you are in London, if you are in Sheffield, wherever you are, come and show your true color tomorrow.
Let me just ask you a question about the sort of, I suppose many people might say it as the kind of exhaustion of the struggle against apartheid, because this is a particularly horrific incident and it affects Somalis. But the shooting of the miners not very long ago sent shockwaves across the working class and trade union community, who had been as strong supporters of the anti-apartheid movement as Somalia. So do you think there's something that's now exhausted about the anti-apartheid struggle 20 years on?
Absolutely. I mean, people were expecting South Africa government to protect and give a care to the ordinary South Africans. But what I have seen, and the poverty is extraordinary, really, and is destroying the black community in South Africa. There are lack of, I think, education and lack of support from the government. And I think ANC used to say they have completely forgotten for the people. I mean, South Africa was so strong, the black community was so strong. But as far as we see, they become like other Africans. Africa is a big continent of a billion people, and have got so many resources. I mean, if I take Central Africa, it's extraordinary. Is a wealthy country. Is one of the extreme rich. But if you look at the people of that country, is so poor. And similar South Africa. South Africa is a rich country who has got mines.
Well, we've got another caller. Let's hear from them. So Rehan from Bristol. Can you hear us? Hello, Rehan.
Hello.
Hi. Go on. Tell us what you're thinking about these issues now. Then.
What I wanted to say was. What do the South Africans want from the Somalis? Because we haven't done anything to hurt South Africans, and we respect other people's religions, and we respect other people's religions, and we don't do anything to hurt anyone.
So go on.
If I can come to, in terms of way forward, I think the South African Muslim Council needs to wake up on this, and I think Somali community in South Africa has to get established somehow. The Somali is making progress. Our country is getting better. I think it's time for them to leave for their own safety. And in the diaspora, these demonstrations will take place tomorrow in America, in here, in Stockholm, in Norway. I think Somalis out there need to come out. And one other point I'd like to make is, this is not crimes against Somalis. You know, we are a part of other Africans. We are part of Muslim communities. So we want the other people, anybody who condemns barbaric act should come with us tomorrow and support us on this.
Okay, well, we've got Fahan from London. Can you hear us? Fahir, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Go ahead. What have you got to say?
She said.
Yeah, I can hear you. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Yeah, I'm really sorry what I saw this week and last week, and you know, I'm very sorry what they did South African people. It's something touch all Somali people. And you know, when I saw the Yankee man who is in the street, you know, I cried, I shaking, all my body was shaking, and you know, I don't know what else I can say, but you know, it's something touch my heart, and I'm really sorry. And you know, in Somali people, I can say Somali people wherever they are, even if we are weak if we are weak government, if we don't have government, if we don't have nothing, even we feel same, we are same blood, and what they did South African people is something not acceptable. And you know, one day, if we got their power, they will see what they did. And as a mom, when I saw that man, I feel sorry for him. I cry. I didn't eat 3 days.
Okay, we've got another caller, Hirabi from London. Tell us what you're thinking about the news, Hirabi.
Hello.
Hello. Go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Mr. Hirabi. I'm calling from London. It's really sad what happened in South Africa. That barbaric action is inhumane. Killing human being, another human being, stoning to death in the street of South Africa. It's really sad. It doesn't matter which country they came from or whoever they are. But as a Somali man, it makes me sad to see one of my countrymen being killed, to be stoned to death in this street of in South Africa. And what makes me sad too is that there is South African government which not they were supposed to protect. They were supposed to protect my people in South Africa. They are there legally. They are just investing the country. They are paying the tax. And what they are doing, they are helping the community, which neglected community, which outside the city. They went there. They give them products they want. They're making business. And then what happened? Even though they are helping the country and the people, and then they've been neglected, they've been killed, they've been raped, they've been humiliated, and we cannot tolerate that. And what's happening now? According to the opinion of our people, now we had enough. So it's almost nearly 1,000 of people being killed, 1,000 of Somalis every day is being killed, raped, looted. Then there is no official South African government who came out and condemned this horrible act. No official government, no foreign ministers who came out. It really makes me sad. And I'm calling this opportunity Somali solidarity. We are united Somalia, and we will protect our people. We will raise our voice. And what would happen tomorrow? Demonstration, we will come out, huge number, and we raise our flag, and we show we have dignity and prosperity our country. And it doesn't, we know South African are not the kind of the people we blame them. There's so many South African people are good people there, law-abiding people there, and we respect them. But what we want about South African government, we want protection of our people, to respect our dignity, to live like other people in South Africa. So that's what we want. And there's another thing I want to add this conversation. There is a huge Muslim community in South Africa. We need the support of Muslim community in South Africa. We are Muslim there. We are brothers there. We're there as a Pakistani region, there's Indian regions. There are so many different regions from in Muslim community in South Africa. We need the support of Muslim community in South Africa. So in that case, our people is being protected. So Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I'm saying thank you to Abukar and the other gentleman, and thank you to Islam.
Okay, thanks very much for calling. What are you demanding on the demonstrations? Obviously a lot of support for it, a lot of feeling about this. We've heard that from the callers. What are you saying on the demonstration? What do you want done?
Well, the demonstration, we are calling and South African government to be accountable, to do something about this, to stop these tags simply. And the criminals, the people who have committed this, they are recorded. It's in the public domain. They need to be found and make sure that they will never do that again. And I'll also take this opportunity to Islam Channel viewers to think again before they travel to South Africa, perhaps to think again whether if they want to invest in South Africa, if such acts and barbaric killing are happening in South Africa. I think there's G8 coming here. We'll go there. We'll hunt down unless we see a progress in South Africa. And Somali community has been maybe unconscious for 20 years, but we are awake now. And when we are awake, we shake Africa.
There's only one thing we're demanding for South Africa, and the president of South Africa is to stop this killing and to take very, very serious, because we will take account for you as a leader, because the leader has to speak out this barbaric act, and that's what we want to send it to the international community. We are taking a very serious action, robust action, to take this to the international community, and we need to sort it out. But before that, I want to say this is the task, this is the test for the Somali people. And the death of the Abdi has become an inspiration and unification of the Somali people wherever they are. The mothers are crying, the children are crying, the professional Somalis are working hard. You know, what can I say? The Facebook has been jammed. You know, people contacting, some people have not get to sleep for the last 3 or 4 days because they're working hard. To be honest with you, every night we sleep, we get to bed around 4 or 3 o'clock because this touches our hearts, and now is a time for change, and this has to be eradicated. That is our demand, and we need to meet that demands to the government, because what we have seen some of the clips, the police is around. When the man was chased with the knives and machetes, what kind of world have they lived that people? An international community has
we've got another caller, Saida from London. Let's hear what you've got to say. Saida, can you hear us? Hello, Saida?
Hello?
Hello, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello? I'm sorry for that boy that we have seen, but there's a lot of things going on. Pregnant woman, she died, she raped. Where is the president of Buntland? Where is the president of Mogadishu? Where is the president of Djibouti? They have to say something. They have to say something. And they sent them the airplane to throw all the Somali people from there, because it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. No kindly. No kindly.
Okay, thank you very much, Saida. And we've got Omar from London now on the line. Omar, what are your views on these matters?
Yeah, thank you for your time, for giving me your time. I just wanted to tell my brothers who are with you now, you have a good heart, and may Allah reward you for that.
Thank you.
And it's not only what's happening in South Africa, it's not only South Africa, it's happening all over the world. And Abu Balad was nothing when it comes to Somalian fleeing from Somalia to the other countries. And I believe we brought this to ourselves when we left our deen. The only solution, and this will never get better, it will get worse and worse and worse, because our blood was nothing to the international community. So I will advise to you, my two brothers, and the other viewers who are listening to this, please go back to your deen, and Allah will give you the way, and may Allah reward you for what you're doing, and I will be there tomorrow, inshallah. Jazakallah. Allah.
Okay, thanks very much. Okay, now we're moving towards the end of the programme now. So, were you surprised by the direction that the programme took? Because we flagged up 2 incidents, one of them in London, one of them in South Africa. Nearly all the conversations have been about South Africa.
Just before I forget, let me say this to Islam Channel. Thank you very much for giving a voice for the voiceless community. I think, as you can see from the emotions and tears from the community, you didn't have a choice but to continue there, and we appreciate that. Yes. But this is the one of the biggest war. Of course, we are aware of the incident in Maswa Hill. It's not the only mosque. The whole school where kids learn Arabic and Islamic study, English, maths, and science has been destroyed, and it was the heart of the community. And we condemn that. And I think EDL has to be stopped. We have to be very strong about it, and you know, they can't just do that and ban the heart center of the mosque. And I have to say many thanks to the leader of that mosque who came out today and said he's not even angry for them. Come with us and sit down with us and let's move forward for London to be a better place. And that's commendable. And I think government need to rebuild that. London need to show that they will stand up with the local communities, and EDL must be sent very strong message. Unacceptable.
I agree with Abukar what he said to the Islamic Channel. I want to thank to the Islamic Channel who was the voice of the voiceless of Somalia for almost the last 7 years, which has been coming. And also is the director, Karl Aradel. He owes me a great respect, because when I called a few days ago and I've sent the clip of the disease of Somalis who have been attacked in South Africa, he accepted our request, and he has got a good place in the hearts of Somalia, because without giving us a voice tonight, nobody will be heard. So the Islamic Channel I believe, is the voice of the voiceless, regardless whether they're Muslims or Christian or nobody. And that is what I'm very, very proud for this channel. And it's not this euphoria, but this is the truth. Another thing is I would like, when it comes to...
Well, I'm going to have to stop you there because we're moving towards the end of the programme. But Abu Dwale, thank you very much for being our guest. Thank you very much to all those who phoned in with your views on the news. And do join us for future editions of the programme.